Welcome back, X-Minuteers. I don't know, that's not the name for anyone who listens or watches. But I'm Brian.
It could be.
Once Minuteers, no longer. But I'm Brian,
I'm Wolf.
and this is the X Minutes podcast, the podcast that breaks down the, at the time of recording, longest running superhero franchise without a reboot. That may change in the next few years based on the MCU. But this is minute 3 of X-Men, and what happens in this minute? Wolf.
Yeah, so what we see is just more of that concentration camp. They're making their way down to what I imagine to be like a holding area. Um, and you see a little bit more hostility on the Germans' half.
You're a
Like
dick.
they got dogs and shit.
Okay.
They're pulling families apart. But like one thing I did notice is like when Eric sees the dogs, he's got a look on his face, and you can tell like at that moment, it might have not been the first moment, but like the hate is just building and building. You know what I mean? The hate for these people is for like the Nazis or whatever.
The
It's
Nazis.
just like growing and growing.
Yeah, I saw
And
early when he's looking at the people through the gate. We get multiple shots of the numbers on their arms, which will come in
yeah.
play later. And yeah, when the dogs start coming, you see the family start huddling closer and closer together and getting kind of more terrified and angry looks on their faces of the family and Eric. And I hadn't remembered how they were going to be split up. I was thinking that he was going to go with his mother, but they're actually splitting up the parents from the children, and he gets pushed off, kind of lost, and finds his way to a little cubby hole. Is that?
Yeah.
Or
It's
near a
very
little.
sad. He's like a little like is that a window area or like it might just be like a
It looks like there's some metal doors, maybe. I can't see quite. Yeah, it's definitely some kind of metal door, but I don't see a doorknob or anything. I just see an opening between the two parts. And it's interesting. I don't see any Jewish stars on the women or his mom, but I saw it on his dad and him. They both have the
oh
yellow star of David.
mm-hmm.
And I thought it was funny that the subtitle just says shouting in Eastern European language. They didn't even
Yeah, right.
specify.
Yeah, specify where exactly.
Yeah, you could say one of the countries, but nope, just subtitle shouting in Eastern European language and woman screaming. That's all we got for the subtitles, but all the people being crowded around have slightly darker clothes, and the soldiers have slightly lighter but dark
Yeah.
clothes, like gray. And they don't seem, not all of them seem very worried. All the soldiers just keep their rifles over, hanging on their shoulder.
Yeah, like they don't like even though the situation is like clearly escalating, it's
Yeah.
not really escalating to the point where they're gonna like kill anyone immediately. But the way I think that was his mom that was screaming, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
The way she's just losing her mind is just heartbreaking. I'm just like, dude, like just separating the family. The mom is freaking out trying to get, Eric back. It's just as we know, it doesn't really end well for um, the soldiers to an extent.
Yeah, or the gate.
Yeah,
But
or the kid, yeah.
yeah, we see the father both kind of breaking down and trying to push his wife to follow commands or whatnot.
Mhm.
Like he's, even when she runs, he like chases after her to kind of keep her out of trouble. So I don't know when this is supposed to be. I know it showed the year, but I'm not too knowledgeable about the course of the internment camps and whatnot, but they definitely don't know what's coming to them, especially
Yeah.
since the father's just like, yes, we're being split up and it sucks for him, but he's still trying to be like, just behave and maybe we'll get through this.
Yeah. He's like, just comply, and maybe they'll go easy.
It's
So
interesting
yeah.
seeing the different types of hats that all the people wear.
Yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
at the 36-minute or 36-second mark of this minute when
Mhm.
they're still relatively together, and the father has a hat with big brims, but there's a guy in the back with just a little front, another guy with one turned up, and on the left it looks like a very relatively fancy top hat. Like it
Yeah.
looks
Yeah. Kind
like
of does.
that guy may have been may have been ready to go to a the opera or something.
These are
Even
so. Yeah.
his
Right.
like he has the little
He's got
lips
like
of
the
the
collar and
collar
shit. Yeah.
is a little fancier, which I never noticed. But
Yeah.
then some people
I
just
mean, I mean, like, I don't know how it was back then, or what all went into rounding people up, but the people, they were probably like just living everyday life. He was probably like, oh, I'm gonna go to like temple or whatever, or
yeah.
I'm gonna step out and go.
I doubt before bringing them into the camp they'd be like, all right, now dress down. This is too
Yeah,
fancy.
right.
Get in these worse clothes.
It's like just put on some sweats. We want you to be comfortable.
Oh God, wouldn't that be a trick? Here's our what would it be? Here are our Gucci sweatpants. You're
Right.
you're here to enjoy yourself. But yeah, that was the end of the minute. Do you have anything else you want to say, Wolf, before we move on?
uh, I do not.
All right, that's been the end of minute. Are we on 3? No,
Yep.
this is 4,
Wait,
right?
I think this
No, I'm wrong.
is
That was 3.
three.
That's
Yeah.
been minute
Okay.
3, and we'll see y'all in minute 4.